Hey y'all, it's Octavia. I had to get on here because there's too much stuff going on. There's lies and deceit from people who think that they are my enemies when I am not even thinking about them. I live rent-free in their minds. You want to know why? Because they stole from me. Not only did they steal from me, they lied about me. They pretended to be me. They claimed that they were my family, and they're not. And the reason why they claimed that they were my family was because they so-called wanted to help me. And I didn't receive any help. And I'm still not receiving any help. These people are doing these things because they want to have access to the things that I have access to because they want to be me. They want to be me. They want to get away with stealing my identity, my purpose. So anyway, I want to say that when you're living in a shelter, you are not allowed to receive mail while at the shelter. You have to use another address within the state, a family member most likely, or someone close to you, or you have to use the address of the shelter to receive your personal mail. And while I was staying in the shelter, I was living in a condo, in a condominium. So it has its own address. It has its own mailbox. And mail was still being sent there. And now get this, someone also had, not only were there federal government benefits being mailed to that mailing box, like letters to certain people, names and address and such things, people that I don't know. I don't know these people. I don't know their names. But also, people had the free government cell phones that you can get in that address and under their name, and I don't know who had the phone. I had to think about how I wanted to say that because I don't know who had the phone. It wasn't me. I was not allowed to use that address except for the delivery of my food and my items that I needed while I was there. And the shelter was constantly working with the neighbors so that they could have access as if we were family when they came to visit. And it was always them in their car, you know, okay, well, I'm going to help you, but it's me in my car. I'm driving. Help me get back into my car so I can drive. Help me get back. Walk me back around so I can get into my car and I can drive away. Fake mess. Okay? And so here are the things that would happen. Other than the mail being delivered and the mailbox would stay stuffed with junk mail and mail to these other people who had their SNAP and federal government benefits being mailed there, whom I believe are false people because their names were just so convenient to what may have been happening significantly within the spiritual or metaphysical at that time. Their names just happened to be similar or matching to the names of things that was happening in the spiritual realm at that time. And that's why I said the police are involved. USPS is involved. Federal government employees stalking me, harassing me. Former federal government employees that are now retired, long retired, okay, that I worked with when I was a contractor, not a federal government employee. However, I believe while I was there as a federal government employee, they used my information to hire people. Didn't I say in the car? We got the Chariot card. They used my personal information while I was a contractor to hire on federal government employees. And then these people actually stole from me because they were granted access in other dimension, other realms, spiritual access, almost as if credit access to me and my personal properties. It's including my children. Okay, because we lived in the same home. We rode in the same car, including my children, so that they could steal, so that they could harass me, so that they could stalk me, have benefits and access to things that were mine. We got the chariot card pulling up here, and at the bottom of the deck, we got the 5 of Cups. Because someone with this who, I don't know, do they live in their car? Are they even a real person? Someone who is constantly monitoring, charting out your here's and there's wherever you go throughout your day, running your errands or such or whatever. I know, because the same thing happened to me. Using the maps, the Google Maps app. And they basically stalk you. These are federal government employees. That's the words that I'm seeing in my head. And they're in the 5 of Cups energy right now because I had to tell on them. Because these people were stalking me, and they have been stalking me since before I was in the shelter. And they wanted to continue doing that because they saw me as a threat. For some reason, I'm seeing the word threat. They saw me as a threat. And now they're in the 5 of Cups energy. And you know what? They deserve it. They deserve to be in a coffin for how I feel about the things that they did to me and to my children. They deserve to be in a coffin. Okay? So, like I said, while I was a contractor, they stole from me. They tried to replace me with other people, but using my personal information. Actual United States citizens, federal government employees. You following me? And then they lied on me. They lied on me to the Patriot Act and said tons of things falsely about me being arrested several times for different things, spending time in jail. I kept wondering, where did this come from? But now that it's like 10, 20 years later, almost, all of these things are coming to the surface because you can't get away with doing somebody who's innocent wrong in the dark. I don't know why they did it. I don't know what purpose it served them to do these things, but that's what they did. So they were trying to keep me and hold on to me through my vehicle, through my car. Okay, just let her be a car. Just let her be a vehicle. We don't care about her any other way, though. We don't care about her any other way. Okay, so I'm going to put these here. They were being deceitful. All right. Going back to the homeless shelter, because that didn't happen until 2021. So, like I said, these people following me, stalking me for whatever their reasons that they had in their mind, that these people, most of them, had never met me, seen me, spoke to me before ever. However, they were able to be mind control, mind theft, talked up, gossiped their ear off to tell them negative, hurtful, harmful, deceitful, slanderish things about me and my nature, who I am as a person, as a parent, as an employee, as a girlfriend, as a wife, whatever, and they could think of to throw at me to try to tarnish my reputation because of jealousy and envy. I can't explain to you why these people did these things all while I was in the shelter. Clearly, I didn't have anything. I wasn't even able to stand up on my own 2 feet and do things for myself. And then get this, when you're in the shelter, they don't give a crap about you to the point where they allow military people that had been in my life previously to basically steal my identity after my identity was already stolen by the people who have been using my credit and my personal information. Because I can tell you, and I said it before and I'm going to say it again, these federal government employees have access to all of their contractors' names, address, and social security. That is all you need. And they know how much they make because they're paying them That's all you need to apply for a credit card. And if they went through the pockets and the wallets of these men and women in these federal government office buildings, they would find no less than 7 to 10 credit cards in other people's names in their wallets and purses. And I know that information because I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. Credit thieves. And people are like, well, how would they be able to get away with that? Because wouldn't the bill come to your address? No. You want to know why? You want to know why it wouldn't come to your address? Because the USPS is involved. It's a federal government agency. They're involved as well. They have people working in specific places to do this and to do that. The one time that I received a statement from the credit card company saying that I had a credit card with them, and I've never had a credit card with that company at all, period, right? Because I moved. So this has happened once I moved after I had been at the government as a contractor for like 5.5 years. I moved. And I was staying at a different address. I got a letter in the name of my coworker, okay, at my old address. And I thought to myself, okay, this is weird. This is weird. But I was like, what can I do about it? It could be some whole different other person, right? Because you have to understand names been around for thousands of people have the same name, right? So I just put not at this address and I put it back in the mailbox, and I never received anything else. You want to know why? Because it was mine. It was my credit. Who was involved in this? Someone who's in the Queen of Cups energy. I'm hearing fake. They don't have no love for anyone, but they want to be seen and viewed as the Queen of Cups. Because you know why? See that little bird on her hand is coming back feeding her information. She wants to be aware of situations and situationships, possibly so she can come in between them. Be some type of third party. Gain some access to somebody else's money or honey, if you know what I'm saying. These are the type of things that government employees do to other government employees. Yeah. The high priestess. I'm not supposed to know that, but I do because I work there. And I'm also in a high priestess energy from time to time. Look at the two cards and you'll see how the high priestess is actually looking or staring at the Queen of Cups while she does this. Or this masculine does this. Because remember, there's no gender roles in tarot. There is no male or female in tarot. That doesn't mean they're androgynous. They're not androgynous. It's just an energy. It's not a physical. People confuse that. That's not how it is. What else does the high priestess know? Let's see if we can get the deck to tell us. What else does the high priestess know? They want someone's wheel of fortune, or they're watching someone's wheel of fortune. They're watching someone pretend to carry someone's money or credit services, are the words that I'm seeing, on their back with these animals. They're lying. And I see the words tick-tock and clock. They're lying. They're being facetious and deceitful. And they've been working on this for a long ass time. Or, another way to read this card, not only have they been working on it for 8 years, they've been working on it and receiving money, okay, both ways, working on it and receiving money through Section 8 housing. That's the lie that they tell about people who live in low income. And it's because magic is being done. And when I see this card and when I think about the federal government, I know that this has to do with programs and codes and agencies and coding agencies and things that have to do with computer databases. That's how they're playing the magician. They don't really know magic. They're playing around using databases with unauthorized access, that's the word I'm getting, unauthorized access to people's impertinent information and personal information so that they can make their life more difficult, more strenuous by making them earn money on their back or with their backsides. With some types of Six of Cups energy, and Six of Cups representing someone that you know from the past. And Six of Cups is supposed to bring balance, right? Six of Cups, this is how most tarot readers read that. They're like, oh, they're bringing balance to the situation. They're evening things out through lies and deception. Clarify the Six of Cups. Clarify the Six of Cups. Yeah, through illusions. Seven of Cups is a representation of delusions, illusions. You see that human's body is half in the water, and then their hands are reaching upwards towards the sky because those cups are floating around in the air. If you look at it, look at the elements. You got the element of water, you got the element of earth. They're surrounded by earth, they're surrounded by air, and the cups representing love, money, career, romance, intimacy, connections, no matter what they are, but they're valuable, they're deep, they're meaningful, but it's all a lie and an illusion. Seven of Cups, a Six of Cups to the Seven of Cups. So what they're doing is, they're pretending, they're lying, they're pretending that you knew them in the past and that you had some type of friendship or working relationship, situationship with them while you were a child, and then they're going to send you or offer you these cups, and this fish in those cups, there's snakes in those cups, there's poison in those cups. They're being facetious. Four of Coins. Why? There's your why. Because they're holding on to some money or asset or your value as a person. And like I said, it started out with they stole my credit. Okay, so what comes along with credit? We all know that if you've had a credit card, you get spiritual, metaphysical access to dimensions and realms. That's what happens when you have credit. And when you have good credit, A1 peak credit in the physical, in this metaphysical realm like I do, people think, okay, well, I can just go steal her credit by pretending to be her by opening up or accessing credit cards in this person's name. And then I am going to have all of her credit. And I'll keep her in Section 8 housing, living on some type of voucher or state and federal services. I just had another thought that just came to me. This is what they do to federal government employees when they leave. Like, say you had a federal government job and they hazed you, they mistreated you on the job, you had to go get some help mentally or physically because it affected your health somehow, or you decided to just walk out and just leave like how I did because I had my own personal reasons. I had just lost a child and had a child at the same time. So having a child die during childbirth is traumatizing. However, I hadn't worked and I needed to help pay the bills. I get that. I still had children, right? And as a woman, as a wife in this country, you're raised to believe, you're manipulated and massaged into believing that this is how you're supposed to live. You have to do what you're supposed to do to get an income and take care of your children, right? No one's thinking about living on Section 8 except for these federal government employees who believe that these people on Section 8 and federal government services like EBT, SSI have it made or something. No, they're robbing them. They're stealing them. They're claiming that they're blind because they're doing everything either on their backs or behind their backs. They can't see what's happening to them. That's why the high priestess card came out first. Going back to this homeless shelter, they knew this. Because homeless shelters receive funding from federal government and state agencies, so they were aware of this already. Who knows who was aware? The people at the top. And they're most likely, and if they aren't, always conveniently working with certain federal government employees to help see that their company stays open. Because we know that these are organizations, they're not owned by the federal government, but let me find out they're operated by the federal government employees / agencies in some way. Because all they do is talk about, when you're a federal government employee, you need to donate. You need to donate. You need to donate. I see the word effing, as in the curse word effing, Fucking, lies. So they're doing all of these things to steal and hold on to someone's money, hold on to someone's assets, someone's value, someone's credit. Like I said previously, and that's why I believe it's credit. If you see that air energy all surrounding that person's face and shoulders and feet, right? I'm just being cautious on how I say these, how I word what I'm about to say from here on out. And I've been doing that the entire time. So starting out, when you're at the shelter, you're not allowed to receive mail. When you are at the shelter, you are not allowed to use the address to where you are staying to receive mail. The shelter will give you an address to where you can have your mail sent, or you can personally have your mail sent somewhere. Okay? I chose to have my mail sent to my dad's house. Now, here's what happened at my dad's house. Okay? Here's what happened at my dad's house. Here's my Virginia driver's license covering up my father's house, right? I was not able to stay at my dad's house because there was a senior citizen there who was in her final resting place, basically. Her respite care. So me and my younger children went into the shelter. It's unfortunate, but both situations were unfortunate. You know, grandma, great grandma is dying. She's sick, very ill. She needed care, and she was in constant pain. So that's what happened. So my child, my adult child, who was not able to go into the shelter with me because she was receiving unemployment benefits at the time that I was applying to go into the shelter. She went and she stayed there because there was space and room, but I did not want to go there with my younger children, and nor did my parents or my stepmom. They did not want me present because of the pain and anguish, and it was just not a good place, you know. Unfortunately, when elders die and they're in pain and anguish, and let me add on to this. This particular grandparent used to work for the USPS, the government mail. So I have always been an advocate for trying to fund the USPS, but now I see all the lies and the deceit. I hope y'all go bankrupt. I hope and pray y'all go bankrupt. Keep raising the price of stamps. Keep raising the price of stamps. Keep raising the price of stamps. So they took that opportunity to have themselves a new start, basically. Okay, and when I say new start, new beginning, I'm talking about use of the wand, right? And I don't mean use of the wand as in magic. I mean use of the phallic symbol, right? which also can equate to the woman having intercourse as well, because remember, tarot has no gender. So they basically stole my mail and they passed it on to my child who was staying there. However, her name was on my application and she did not move in with me because of the rules and regulations that they have about money and funding. She didn't move into the shelters with me. She didn't receive any of the federal government benefits with me. But the powers that be, the people who steal your credit, right, that work with federal government agencies, the things that go on behind the scene that most people, regular citizens, aren't aware of when you go into a shelter or when you apply for federal government benefits, aid, and assistance, took it upon themselves to attack me spiritually, financially, mentally, metaphysically, and in the dream states, to stalk me, to slander my name, to imitate me, to copy and paste and create other people as if they were me, and give my things away to random people. Oh, here, she don't need it. Well, we don't want her to have it. Let's give it to someone else. And I know that the men that were involved did these things to me because they didn't want me to leave them. But get this. You don't want me to leave you, but when was I ever with you? When you were at work at the office and I was working with you, you were sleeping around with 2 or 3 other people and had a wife. When were we together? All of the rumors saying that I was sleeping with you were lies and were false. And then the things that I could do, you gave to fat ass Amy because she ran the help desk and she probably caught you. And so that's what you did. Here, well, I'll let you have it if you don't tell anybody that that's what I was doing. Right? To leave you. These federal government employees that are mean and cruel to children, to kids in the country, okay? Because it doesn't have to be the same state, in the country. Oh, here, we'll pick this kid, we'll pick that kid, and we'll harass them and stalk them and make their lives horrible and make them get into fights and have bad grades and ruin their lives and all of their dreams and aspirations and goals that they have for themselves in life. Through the metaphysical, through the dream states, because we were being manipulated and we didn't know. Because the Matrix existed before we saw the film and we didn't know. And then you grow up and you work with that person and you have no idea that this person actually have been controlling and manipulating your life your whole entire life. That's not just a scenario. Okay? Well, what would the commercials used to say in the 90s? And I know because I'm a member. Yeah. Because that happened to me. And I didn't figure out that that's what was happening, that you grow up and you work. Yeah, because they put you, either you or the person, you're in some type of hangman energy. Yeah, because they manipulated you and they stole from you. And they just keep seeing you as some type of workhorse to help them. Help me. I'm juggling my work, but I need you. Help me. Or someone who was in this hangman energy, who was clearly juggling you. Like I said, he was sleeping with other people on the job, having workplace affairs. He wasn't sleeping with me. However, I would hear rumors about me having, oh yeah, so you're sleeping with such and such. How can I be Number one, I don't know about other people, but I was 20-something years old. Tell me how it looks, a 20-something-year-old black girl, black woman, messing around with some 50, almost 60-year-old, wrinkly, crinkly, aged, balding, country white man. Fill in the blanks here, because it's got to be what? Attraction? It's got to be, okay, you need that first. Got to have attraction. You got to have some type of intimacy. You got, what? I'm not talking about these other young women who go out here and they sleep their ways to the top because they're getting money. I wasn't getting money. Do you see those 2 coins there? Yeah, that's what I was receiving. 2 coins, nothing. And they made sure of it. And when I complained and I argued and I brought it up that you're not paying me, they saw me as stupid and foolish. I want to get paid. I work for the GS-15, who is now an SES, what they call nowadays a director of the office, and I want to get paid. They saw me as a fool. And then they did foolish, stupid mess. Oh, here, I'll help you get some money. I'll help you get some money. I'll just give it to you. I'll give you money, 6 of coins. This is representation of giving to 2 people. Why are you giving to 2 people? When do relationships include 3 people? 3 is a crowd. And the reason why I'm saying that, this card doesn't represent it here, but in other tarot decks, there's another person here. So then your money is being split. This person is saying, okay, well, I'll give you money, but I'm also going to give this money to someone else. And usually the coins are much larger. If you look here, do you see how this coin is? The coins are much larger, meaning the amount that's going to the other person is more. And the person that's missing here, back in the day when I was at work and I was looking for work after I had left that contractor position, I was getting less. I was getting nothing. He's like, oh, okay, I'll elevate you from the 2 of coins that you've been receiving to the 3 of coins, but I'm going to give more to this person over here. And the reason why it's coming out as the 2 and the 3 is because it really was nothing. It was like scraps compared to what these people were receiving. This masculine was making over 6 figures plus having bonuses, you know, in $20,000 and up as a bonus throughout the year given to him. What would I get? A $50 gift card. Oh, she did the survey, give her a $50 gift card. That's scraps. Do you get what I'm saying now? And these men, these masculines, and the woman that I ended up working for when I finally did become a government employee, who also, see, people don't understand. It's people out there in the world that have authoritative positions that can manipulate people's lives, their whole entire lives, especially in childhood while they're going to what we call the local school. Is ran by the state, which is ran by the U.S. Department of Education, which is a federal government agencies. This is, your whole life is being manipulated. I see the word tormented. And then they put a label on it and call it school. Here's your educational system. It's torment. To prepare you to to grow up and work in the working environment. Okay, we're going to beat you. We're going to kick you. We're going to talk about you. We're going to ostracize you. We're going to not pay you. And you're going to come here and work every day with a smile and not get upset and dress appropriately. And if I touch and fondle you, don't say anything. That kind of mess where people go too far. Don't say anything. Hush, be quiet. Oh, I'm not paying you, but don't give up on me. And then when you apply for another job, they stop it. They block it. They go to the agency that you apply for and say, don't hire her. I'm working with her. When it's a lie. They have no intention of hiring you as a government employee when you're a contractor. No, I'm not, unless you do what they want you to do, which has already been manipulated and strategized in their minds. Something illegal, something corrupt and crooked, so that they can hold something over you and blackmail you and possibly even sue you at a later date so that they can always stay paid. Or they put you in this situation where you become a government employee and you walk away and they say, okay, well, now we're going to manipulate you and we're going to say you make your money on your back. However, that is, whether you carry it, whether you're swimming around with it on your back in your house like a turtle, or you're carrying it, walking on ground, so which means you're a mattress back, or you're in the water, like I said, a swimming ass turtle with money on their back. False, facetious, delusional lies, slander, so that they can manipulate and control you while they make tons of money off of you, right? And then you get scraps. Again, this is the money that they earned, right? And then you get scraps. Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Something told me to look at the bottom of the deck. Oh, they're heartbroken now because I'm speaking up about it. Because they actually manipulated my life to put me into a homeless shelter. There is no darn way that I would ever in my whole life end up in a homeless shelter. None. I was a homeowner. I left my father's home and I went to live in my own home that I owned. When I started dating a man who had a home, we bought a home that we owned. But this is all while I was working for the federal government, and they wanted to have some type of access to me. Oh no, I'm retiring. Whether they were military or working at the Department of State, Homeland Security, wherever, educational system, IRS, the USPS. I want to keep control of this person. And when you're born in the United States of America, it's a free country. These people have a misunderstanding of what their role is, what their position is when they get a job. And they have some type of power or leadership. To be this devious, because this is deviousness here. To plan out that, well, this is what we're going to do because I'm going to make her come back to me. How can you make someone come back to you when you don't even have that job anymore? You retired. But it didn't matter. He had the power and control to massage and manipulate the situation, like I said, to make me appear to be some type of controlled animal that needed to be monitored and stalked and harassed because, like I said, he gave my information to government employees who had criminal records. And then all of their criminal records went onto my Patriot Act information. And I know this because I have the information, and so does my father, who was military, former military, for many decades. So they were caught. And they worked with the president at the time to make this ignorant Patriot Act so that they could steal. They wanted to be able to act. I want to act. We'll label it this so she can have access to it, but it's through us. But I'm going to steal it, i.e. the cops, the police, the military police, the people at federal government agencies that also work interacting with the police, unbeknownst to U.S. citizens. Federal government employee becomes an agent of that department that they're working in. They become an agent. When you become an agent, you are now the police. So you work with all levels of police, whether it's the local police or the higher alphabet, CIA, FBI, DEA, and such and so on and so on. And these men at the DEA and at the FBI have these so grandiose mentalities and egos of themselves because of their position, because of their labels and the power that they have. They felt like I was the one. Oh, she the one? Yeah, we're going to make her life hell. We're going to say that she sold drugs. We're going to set her up in situations in the metaphysical so that she can act it out or perform it out in the real life. But guess what? It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't Octavia who acted out and performed out no illegal crimes. This was all being massaged and manipulated. Just like how they're trying to get people to not look at my YouTube channel. Just like how they have this hacker out there that's been able to hack everything that I have for a long time now. Long time, even before we knew stuff could be hacked or spoofed or copied or, blocking the signal. Before we even really had cell phones, right? This hacker has been out there able to get into my information. Why? Illegally. Showed up at the door where I stayed at in line and said that he worked for the company that I had just contacted and paid $60-something to have them come out and fix my computer. Why? Because Best Buy didn't exist. Their services where you take your laptop that didn't exist yet. Came to my house to fix my computer, and he was a whole hacker. When I purchased my devices in the mail, what did they do? They intercepted them. We're gonna intercept this package receiving, and we're going to give her a device that we have installed information on because we are stalking her. We're gonna take the computer that she purchased and we're gonna give her this computer, which had this thing in it, like this wide per se, right? And it bulged up out of my laptop. Now, mind you, I did purchase the laptop with all of the feelings, right? I was like, I want this in it, I want that in it. And I was like, as long as I can afford it. And I was using it for school, right? Because I was finishing my degree at the time. They intercepted it. Let me tell you why I know. Years later, when I wasn't working as a contractor anymore, because they basically freaking tried to kill me by attacking me mentally and spiritually. That's fine. I cried some nights, but I still got up and took myself to work. I gained weight. Yeah, because I'm stressed the hell out. Okay. And I didn't manage my time correctly to take care of my physical by working out like how I should have. I wasn't having any fun anymore. I was busy, caught up being a mom, being an employee, paying bills, cooking, cleaning, etc., trying to have a life and date someone, right? And then physically, they had been stalking me and poisoning me. Ask them what they do to their contractors. Testosterone. Ask them how they send you over to the other side and then they pretend to be you, messing with your menstrual, stalking your trash. Yeah, I have all of those recollections. They don't want me to say none of this so bad. So bad. Like, I see the word detriment. Detriment. They want to physically, do something to me for me even saying these things. They are so mad. They're trying to do things so that I'm losing my train of thought. But at the same time, I'm upset. This is upsetting to me. So when I tell you about being set up, when I tell you about federal government employees having an office full of military officials, people who work for the military, different branches, having a conversation about programming and databases, it's just a strategy meeting that I was involved in. Why? Because it happened in the office. Because I had to set up the meeting. Because I worked for the man who was planning and plotting against me to hide all of his crimes, including how he never told me who I really was, never included me. But instead, he and other men pretended to be me in the matrix at the Department of State while I was there. And these other men pretended to be me at Homeland Security while I was there. Yeah. Who is Nicki Minaj? Who is she? Who is Black China? All of these men who pretended to be me, who were able to create some type of celebrity status using me, using my energy, using my name, using my profiles, using my social media, my social security even, right? My 401k, seems to be so important. I don't have that today. Otherwise, I would not have been in the homeless shelter. But these things were so important to these men who decided to take it upon themselves, who have some type of society where they decided not to include me. And they're trying to keep this program running. So they used this homeless shelter. Oh, let's get her in the homeless shelter and we'll just lie and make up all of these deceitful things about her. And we'll use Dr. who is already crazy. We'll use him to come in and slander and whip, actual whip, like he was a fucking slave owner on her, and make it seem like she is just trash. And now that when she became trash, she made the trash golden. Living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I'm still going to be me. And I'm still going to love me. And I'm not talking about me, Archangel Metatron. I'm talking about me as in the word me that represents I when you use your sentence in a different order. Okay? For these people who like to take words out of context and put them into the meaning that they want, so for their little spell work. Because yeah, I've been picking up on and learning about all of these things and ways that y'all use to deceive people with words. I'm not your average person. I'm not your average human being. I am not basic either. And I used to put that out there. I'm not basic. Keep your basic people away from me. Yeah, I got royalty in my DNA. And I've been knowing that my whole life. Now, these people who were around me, who wanted to steal from me, who wanted to manipulate me and do wrongful things to me because they felt like I was leaving them, they didn't know that. But come on now, how could you not know these things about someone that you've been stalking since they were a child? Since you've been manipulating in their life, their whole life, that worked for you and all of these things. You want to know why they didn't know a damn thing about me? Not an ounce. But they swore up and down from the planet Earth to the heavens that they knew. Oh, she's a hoe. She's a slut. She's a gold digger. She looking for money. She don't care about nobody else. She's an angry black woman. She's a criminal. All of these different things that they have lied and said about me. Lies. Deceits from the pit of hell. All of these people on demon time doing crap for the devil. I don't have to tell you where you're going. You know, and you've already been there if you're not there already. It starts with an H and ends in a double L. Playing around with people's souls with discipline here, because they told me to get this deck. I can accomplish what I've set my mind to. So this is what they were aiming for. We're going to be her disciplinarian. We're going to tell her that she has to save her money. She has to have this amount of money before she could do anything or have access to stuff. She has to not have sex, or she has to have sex with who we send to her to have sex with. Then we'll give her something. She has to date this person. She has to eat these things. She has to diet when we say diet. I am not no hamster living in some type of little glass shelter. No. I'm a human being living in a shelter. And it's just the word shelter. But they still were able to have success because they were lying, trying to be me. And they were using all of the different agencies, all of the different military outlets, branches, and all of their friends and all of their access to do these things to me. But guess who also had success? I did. Because my discipline came in the form of what I saw as discipline that I needed at the time. So you want to ostracize me? That's fine. Well, I'm going to just become an introvert. Octavia knows good and darn well how to put away the extrovertedness and be an introvert and thrive. And they were pissed at my success. COVID was a breeze. Staying in the house, that don't mean nothing to me. Nothing. Not a darn thing. So what they do? Okay, we're gonna play on her empathy. We're gonna get some dude out here, some guy, and we're gonna call him M, and we're gonna play on all of her emotions. And every time she gets emotional, whether she's upset or she's crying or whatever, we're gonna say it's him and not her, because that's my hope. That's my hope and my dream. It's for her to be a boy. The fuck? I ain't never been no boy. And a woman that loves herself like how I do, it doesn't want to be a boy, because they have envy. Envy of the fact that, how can you make living in the shelter golden? We called the shelter people trash. We sent in all kinds of bugs. We sent in so many rats, right? We had people try to break into the door when you left the house to make you afraid to stay there. And I still made my life golden, because I am who I am. It's within. It has not a darn thing to do with where I am. I'm still going to be royalty. I'm still going to be Octavia. It has nothing to do with the money in my bank account. All of these different things that they tried to take me through had to do with the things and how they felt about them individually as a person. Grief here. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. See, those words, they're so easily said. Those words right there are so incredibly difficult to do. But not for me. Not for me and mine. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. When I lost my income, that's fine. I appreciate the fact that for many, many days, I got up and I took myself to work. I didn't want to. I took myself to work and I worked. Okay? I can appreciate all those days that I worked hard and I received my income. And like I said, it was little bit. 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. Little bit compared to all of the big, as they say, wigs out there. Right? What they were making around me. Needing me to be in their presence, to bless them to be able to have more. And then shut the door, erase the program, change the coding so I couldn't get there. No, don't let her do it. This is what they wanted. That's the reason why grief has come out. Okay? Yeah, I didn't have my house anymore. But you know what? When I had my house, I kept it clean. Significantly clean. When I had my house, I cooked magnificent feasts. I didn't just make a meal. I made feasts. I took advantage of the fact that I had an island on holidays. I made sure I filled the island, the stove, the countertop, and the tables with food and desserts. Why? Because I could. Because I could. You take advantage of things when you have them. That's called being grateful. That's called living in the moment, in the present. See, these people don't. They wanted me to live in grief. Oh, just stay there 365 days of the year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just live in grief. This is how they wanted me when I had the job. So they thought they were going to continue to do that to me after I didn't have the job, didn't have the house, didn't have the truck anymore because I used to drive a Suburban, didn't have access to friends anymore because they manipulated situations to make people be mad at me over super silly shit, to destroy my friendship so that I couldn't have anyone, so they could make me a target, to destroy my family by taking them out one by one, and then COVID, and then causing strife and conflict, I should say, and competition within the family. Okay, guess who don't care? Let me raise my hand. And you want to know what my reason is? Because I'm black. Because I'm black. Because I'm blackity black and I'm black. And the reason why I say that is because I don't care. Chuck the deuces, for real. Even though that's Chris Brown. I don't care. They wanted me to surrender. Surrender. Why? When I could persevere. I had family members tell me, just lay down and die. Why? When I could persevere. Didn't they tell Job the same thing? Just lay down and die, Job. Just ignore God. And from now on, he's forgotten you. Why? When I can persevere. Just like Job did. And then he was able to gain more than he had previously. I don't care if it's an analogy. I don't care if it's a metaphor. I don't have to be the person to lay down and die. What am I leaving as a legacy or as a story, as a method, a route for people to take in my family and upcoming generations? Just lay down and die? Oh, we believe in God from the 80s to the 90s, and then in 2000 we stopped, and now we believe in the devil from 2000 to 2024. So they switched sides. I guess that's what my family did, or that's what they had them to do. But guess who didn't go with them? Octavia, me. And it's the reason not because I'm black or the black sheep. That's just the term and the label that they want to throw out there. They didn't want me to be the black sheep. They wanted me to be the scapegoat. You can't be a sheep and a goat. Guess who ain't none of the animals? Octavia. Why? Because I'm a human being. And all you got to do is just accept the situation for what it is, like how I do. I accept it for what it is. I could be out here stressing, trying to get credit and build my credit again so that I can have, whatever, you name it. When I full and darn know, I know fully well that the powers that be at the government department agencies can manipulate it and make it less than, or manipulate it and make it so that I'm not approved anytime they want to. No, but I'm still not going to lay down and die. Sometimes I'm going to try and sometimes I'm not going to try. Why my country has decided to make me some type of criminal or thief or someone who is against our country, when I could have been at the FBI, the CIA, making this place a better place. Okay. For you and for me. Okay. But no. Because they see this black skin. They see a woman with an hourglass figure, with a booty that's like, pow, in a face that's on ace, that's beautiful as hell. Now they mad. Now they intimidated, depending on who they are. White man, white woman, non-black man, non-black woman. I'm just keeping it real, telling you these truths. Because whether those people admit it or not, I know who I am as a black woman who has a pretty face, whose hair is laid, who knows how to dress appropriately for her body to make her look good when she is in and around diverse groups, who's educated and looks good. Oh, they don't like that. And then you got the nerve to have spiritual gifts. Now who the F do you think you are? Who the hell do you think you are? Look, let me get a knife and try to stab you in the back right now. That's what I received. And I got that through their looks, the looks, the jeering, peering looks they would give me. How they would walk past me and not speak to everybody else. I'm not talking to Octavia. Why? Because they either want to F Octavia or they want to be Octavia. I've been Octavia for 40-something years on this planet. You think I don't know by now how to fill in those blanks? And I don't take it personally no more. I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because it don't have nothing to do with me for real. Because I'm still going to keep waking up and breathing this air and drinking clean water and eating good food every day that my God has me to. And I don't mean some false God, some man sitting behind some desk at some corporation, at some big business or agency, thinking that he has some type of rule and power and authority over me. I mean God, the one that we cannot see, the one that we choose to believe in, to lean on for support. If you don't know how to do that, that's on you. Acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Cannot. I said that, right? So all that is doing, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Gratitude at the top of the deck. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Although I am not where I saw myself to be at this age in life, I took the oranges and I made orange juice, motherfucker. We been did lemonade, and Beyonce tried to copy. I did lemonade decade before she did lemonade. I'm making orange juice now. Okay? And you know why? Because I made orange juice before. And I'll move on and make something else out of some other fruit if I choose. But fruit got a problem too. Because now what they doing to the fruit? GMO. It's like, goddamn, you can't do nothing. That's okay. Because I don't need the juice. This is what they don't understand. They fail to comprehend that the juice is within. Watch the film if you don't know what I'm talking about. And if you've seen the film, then you know. You already know. Tupac said, I got the juice now. The juice is within. We got growth at the bottom of the deck. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. I can still do that while I'm here. Every time I try to get a job, they block it. They change the password on their account. The police is in it because you know why? Here, we're gonna find some dirt that she did. We know that she's sleeping with these people. We know that she is what is it? Every breath you take, every move you make, I'll be watching you. Why? Because they think you some kind of cyber. I saw the word cyber hero. They think you some kind of cyber hero. They think you're pixelating and programming code, moving through the damn internet to manipulate things and to create it, to make things go your way, right? You made an account over here at this company you want to work for? Okay, blocked. Because why? Because they stalking you and your Wi-Fi and you don't even know. IP address to IP address. They in there watching your computer like you watching your damn computer. You know, this is their job. They don't have a job. Their job is just watching you because they're so damn fascinated. How on earth is she able to do these things? Because I'm motherfucking Octavia. It don't matter what my last name is. I came here like this. God made me like that. They're not God. They didn't make me in my mother's womb. And now they want to make up stories to say that they did that too. Tell a lie, vision. Y'all. You can ring my bell. Ring my bell. Ring my bell. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Because I'm a 70s baby. Period. Pooh. You know, and it ain't got nothing to do with Taco Bell and all of the other imitators and stalkers that copy and paste and copies and Microsoft accounts and gaming consoles and all of these other things that they use to create their false 3D, 4D, 5, whatever. It has nothing to do with that. I could do these things before I went to school. I could do these things after I finished school. The computers didn't barely exist in people's homes. I could do those things. It had nothing to do with the computer. I'm not pixelating and programming code to make them hire me and contact me for a job. These people want to do that. So then that's why they're out there doing that. And then claiming that they're digging up dirt on me. You're not doing that. What you're doing is you're trying to continue the manipulation and the forced life that you want for me to have. Here, let them pick her for, let's see, this job that pays $34,000, that she works in the courts system. But not this one over here that she has a degree in IT. That she does have experience for, and that she does qualify for, that pays $97,000. No, don't pick her for that one. Pick her for this one here. Stupid shit. Okay. Still can't take away my self-esteem. Forget about looking pretty, Octavia, okay? Because here was my driver's license before, okay? Right? Here was my driver's license after I left the government job. Photo. Right? Here's my driver's license now. Right? I put on weight. Yeah, I did. I had 2 more kids. And I've been homeless. I'm stressed. My husband left me. They had something to do with that. My mama died. My grandmama died. Okay? I feel like I'm telling a sob story. Like the next should be like, oh, my pet died and my favorite store went out of business and my car broke down. No, none of those things. I had my truck that I had when I was working until I almost drove it into the ground. I did not go out and buy nothing else. I'm not that type of person that feels like, well, I gotta have this and I gotta have that. I'm keeping up with the Joneses. I am the motherfucking Joneses. I realized that when I was a teenager. I am the Joneses. So if I say I'm good with driving this vehicle that I picked out, that I purchased 10 years ago, I'm gonna keep driving it. And then when I changed the lights out on and then put in a new radio system and tinted my windows and then, oh, everybody wanted to go do that. Oh, she changed her lights out. Oh my God, look. Oh, she making it look new again. I got my waxed and I had my nice tires and everything. And that truck was old when I first got it. My mama always taught me, you take care of what you have. You don't have to have the best or the greatest or the latest. You take care of what you have. That's the problem with these rich people. These people that do have the money. They can't take care of what they have. They too stuck on and focused on, their eyeballs is glued on what's the newest, what's the latest, what's the next. And meanwhile, I'm happy. And I'm grateful with what I have. Y'all, I don't even have 5 pairs of pants to my name that I own. I don't have it. I don't have it for a lot of reasons. I got a couple of things that I wear and I mix and match out. I don't have that. I don't have access to that. I don't even have shoes that I could be like, I bought that, and then count up to 10. Shit, even 3. I don't have that. But I have what I have and I keep it nice and I keep it clean. And guess what? Everybody still want what I have. And guess what? Everybody still want to wear what I wear. What color does she wear? We're going to wear that. What color? Where does she go? We're going to go there. What does she eat? We're going to buy that. And you know how I know? Because it should be sold out. Sold out. It ain't got nothing to do with the motherfucker that was stalking me, selling his soul everywhere, getting people to, oh, just sell it out. Don't make no more. Just sell it out. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It got to do with the fact that my energy, what's within me, inner person, my soul, okay? Not this soul that's out here pretending to be me, stalking me, creating up all of these. That's false reality. And that's the problem. When my eyes see, other people's eyes can't see. I've been telling people for the longest time, I'm not in the Matrix. I'm not in the Matrix. I'm not in the Matrix. You know why I'm not in the Matrix? How you think they made the movie? Talk to the men who stole the film from the black lady who made it. If she's still living, I pray she is. Yeah. Who they make these things off of? The people that they constantly trying to push down and put down and act like they're nothing and they're less than and they're beneath them. And they want to do anything and everything that they can do. Because they can't do it. No, how could she do that? Now, how could she be living her life like she golden? She in the homeless shelter. She on Section 8. She ain't got no money. We blocked the money. We stopped the love. We lying and saying that she's in the chariot in the car, but she don't have a car. We made it so she can't even buy a car. She can't afford it. If she wanted to have a car, she can't afford to have car insurance to pay for that. She can't afford that. How's she still happy? Happy? She's the happiest girl around. It's not a character in the MCU. Never has been. It's not a girl that the boy group is singing about. It's something that's within, in her. That's the problem. It has nothing to do with emotional torment. It has nothing to do with pain. It has nothing to do with gain. It has nothing to do with the earth, the planet itself, the dirt that the planet is made of. It's what are you made of? This is what I don't get. I don't get it at all. The military says, you come into my military, I'm going to break you down and I'm going to build you back up to what I want you to be, right? And they don't have any idea on what it is to even be a human involved in that situation. It's like you breaking them down and you building them back up to be what? Robots? And then you tell them to go out and fight wars, and then you let them come home from the war and expect for them to be nonviolent. And you teaching them about war, preparing them for war, and then you want them to be nonviolent, okay? And they're walking around in society and with us, and you got people that come into the military and get out of the military. And now they know tactical defenses and strategies, and they know about violent procedures and stuff, and you expect them to be what? Non-violent. These men and women, they go on and they have kids, right? You have now altered their personality, their humanity within them. And you do this at federal government agencies as well. Okay? Unbeknownst to them. Unbeknownst to them. Granted, I know that much. You do this to them there as well. And then you say, now, be a good citizen. Don't commit a crime. Be nonviolent. Yet, every year we have increased violence, right? So the federal government employees / police, because they're agents / agents, are sitting at their desks manipulating children's lives. Torment, right? I got the word tormented. The children are in school, and what's happening? Every year we have more and more school shootings. Why? It's not really because the kids are mad. It's really because the federal government employees / military / police / agents are angry, pissed, and frustrated at their jobs as adults. But they're living their lives out through these children in these schools that they're using and manipulating and coexisting with or whatever, what have you. I can't describe that. They never wanted me to get to the root of that so that I could know that. I know what I know because I know what I know. Period. And they're making the kids angry. The kids are angry. Why? Because they're emotional. Because they're children. Because they're still learning how to be a little tiny human. They're not an adult human who can manage stress, who can differentiate from being angry with this person to being angry with that person. They can't do that yet. So they put stressors in the environment making the kids angry, then they come and they take it out on their peers. And guess what happens? These kids have to grow up and go into the work industry. Don't blame it on the teachers. It's not the teachers. Don't blame it on even the administration. It's not the administration, because you have not gone up the ladder high enough. It's coming down. It's filtering down. It's things that's happening even the presidents don't know. I'm just saying. It's things that happen even the presidents don't know, because they can feed the president whatever information they want to feed the president, however they choose, whenever they choose. Why? Why do I know that? Because I used to work at the Department of State. And guess what? Each office is alphabetical. I worked at CA, but before that I worked at IRM. So I worked in I, then I worked in CA. And what is A? A is the president. So if I worked at CA, and the things that happen in CA have to go up to the president's office, which is A, then those memos and that paperwork and those telegrams are manipulated to say only what they want the president to say to gain approval, and that's it. Other things are filtered, cut off, mismanaged, and put in different things, and then they get approval through something, some other title, or some other memo, some other telegram, if they're still using those. I don't know. And I don't mean the app, okay? But it's at your convenience, okay, to provide information. The police are angry and they get upset because they are only told what little that they are told. How do I know that? Because I used to work in CA that managed the databases that kept all of the criminals. And at the time, we would not provide the local police with that information. No. What is it that they need to look for? Okay, create a copy of the database that's limited to just that, so that they can't get access beyond that. Do you see what I'm saying? I know. I know what I know because I know what I know. I'm not making it up. I don't have no hard evidence to be like, this is what happened. Here's a printout. No, but I know what I know because I worked there. I saw it. I handled it. I ran the test. I wrote the code. I was in the office. I typed up the memo. I went and took the letters for approval from the Department of State Department director at the time, Condoleezza Rice and others, for their approval. I took it over to their office for their signatures. Why? Because they had to go and discuss and address it with the president. So what did we tell this person? What we wanted this person to know. And that's it. You don't provide more than that. You provide what they need to know so we can get this approval right here. Don't tell them about these other things. It's a lie without lying. Or so they say. And so that's what they've been doing with this homeless shelter, with my mail and such. I didn't even go into the details about the lease. The lease. The apartment lease agreement. Okay? The apartment lease agreement, which these people seem to think is what they make it. I didn't have a lease while I was in the shelter at the condo. I had a lease to my father's place so that I could get my license. That's the reason why I showed you the photo. I had to get my license again. And when I went there, oh, you better believe they had all kind of strategies. Okay, well, we got this neon glove laying on the ground over here, and we've got this napkin here, and then when she gets called, we're gonna have this Spanish man walk in, and he's gonna sit where she sat. He's gonna request the same things, and then we're gonna just say she's this Spanish man over here. Yeah, you think I didn't? My dad was military. You think I don't know when someone is entering and exiting a place that I'm in? You teach them strategy, military, and you think that it stays within that person when they all full and darn well are nurturing the same stuff into their children, i.e. military brat, i.e. Octavia, me. Yeah. You're not keeping anything anywhere. You're creating people who really know how to rise against the government. And I know that's what you're afraid of. I know it is. You created these people that know how to rise against the government because they know about the lies and they know about the deceit. They know about the strategies. They know about the stalking. They know about how you try to infiltrate using other people that can do other things because these people are immigrants and they're just full of programming and coding. And you can control them and then manipulate them. And then you put out different television shows and movies and such and want to act as if this is the truth. We're going to manipulate the truth. Don't call us a capitalist society. Don't call us all of those horrible things like the countries that have faltered and fallen down, similar to the USSR and China, old China and stuff like that. No, we're nothing like North Korea. We're not like them. We're nothing like China. We don't stalk our citizens. When meanwhile, you do the same things. It's just more covert. You created a nation of narcissists. You created a nation of thieves. And then these people end up getting hired at government agencies. Now, how do you control a nation, a world nation full of thieves? Now, all they do is commit crimes covertly. You can't. That's why it's the manipulation of the food, the manipulation of the drinks. You already were manipulating the air, right? You know, spraying the chemicals and putting the chemicals into the things that toxify the ground and the cows and the animals that we eat. And you just keep, it's just like okay, we got to cover up this lie, so let's go do this now. Okay, we got to cover up that lie, now we got to go do this now. It's like being sick and having to take medicine to make yourself better. But that medicine makes some other part of you sick, and you got to take a pill to help that part also. So now you're on 2 medications. And then both of those medications combined make you sick here in this other area of your body. So now you got to take this as well. And now you need some over-the-counter drugs also, because all of these combined is making something else happen within you. Lethargy, unable to sleep well. So now you gotta add on some other pills to like help you sleep or help you calm down. That's our society. Don't call it the Matrix. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. LL Ben said it. You gotta be looking. See, everybody want to pay attention to the words, but they're not paying attention to the words. And that has been my lesson in musicology, no matter how small. And that has also been a lesson that I have learned about being in a homeless shelter after working at federal government agencies, where people in the agencies feel like and felt like I should have stayed with my husband. Don't break up with him even though he was violent towards me and our children. You need to stay with him. Look at what he did. Look at what he brought you. This, or that. You date him then. You be with him when he gets angry, because people in other government offices are playing with his mind and making his work office space feel like he's a terrorist and outcast and such. And so he got to come home and be angry and he got to step out on his family. No, you deal with it. And then, God forbid, you date somebody outside of your race and you're a black woman. Who do you think you are? You can't date a white man. I never have. You can't be with a non-black. I can do what I want. If that person that's diverse and is a minority just like I am is interested in me, then I'm going to show interest in them. So what did they do? They manipulated the situation. Oh my God, no. No, birds of a feather should flock together. You shouldn't be including Octavia into what we do as a family. We're all the same. She's not like us. You have to keep her out and make her the black sheep. Meanwhile, they all imitating me. They all pretended to be me. But see, what they can't pretend to be is, and they can put divine feminine up all over their house. They can keep the Catholic paper that say divine feminine. They still don't make them a divine feminine because it's within. It's something that you do. Ain't no divine feminines pregnant. I'ma say that. Ain't no divine feminines pregnant. Not no real divine feminine. They ain't royal either. They can make up all of their little TV shows with their little Affordable Care Act, Patriot Act. Slap the word act on everything. And they can make up their TV shows and Cactus Act and all of that. And they can do anything. They still don't make them Octavia. Call me the black sheep, but you need me. Can't none of y'all make money like how I make money. Can't none of y'all manifest like how I manifest. Can't none of y'all breathe stuff in within your reach like how I can. Can't none of y'all attract a man or a woman like how I can. But go, y'all keep letting these other people pretend to be me and see they did it in the past and they got stuck. That's why they put me here now, so that they can get unstuck, and they still can't. They still can't. They didn't give me what was mine from back in the day. They gave it to someone else. And they don't want to give me what is mine today. They're giving it to someone else. I got to say, okay. Chuck the deuces. I don't have to stay nowhere where I'm not wanted. That's one thing I know. Now, people out there can say, do you really have freedom of choice in life? Do you really have? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. It's about your mind's focus. There's some people out there calling themselves well-being, knowing full and darn well that they're sick and contaminated with who knows what and stuck in the matrix. You got a choice. That person has a choice to call themselves well-being, knowing that they have a spiritually or a sexually transmitted infection. You have a choice in life. Oh no, I'm not a thief. I'm a good person. Knowing full and darn well you've been arrested 18 times for petty theft. You have a choice in life. I'm not going to go on no further because I hate that I have to make this video long to say what I'm trying to say. But anyway, I hope you tuned in. I hope you liked the video. Share the video. Go to gossip. I gave y'all something else to gossip about. But see, that's the problem. Don't nobody want to gossip about the truth. Facts. Oh my God, don't give me facts. Oh my God, no. Oh, it's the end of the world.